Dragon Masters. Waking the Rainbow Dragon. By Tracy West. 1. Drake's Dream. Drake was dreaming about a dragon. Months before, Drake had been chosen to be a dragon master. He had been taken from his home and brought to King Roland's castle. There, he had learned that dragons were real. Drake had been given his own dragon, Worm, a powerful earth dragon. Now they lived in the castle with the other dragon masters and their dragons. Khepri, a sun dragon, Shu, a water dragon, Vulcan, a fire dragon, and Zera, a poison dragon. He had met other dragons during his adventures, Wadi, a moon dragon, Lalo, a lightning dragon, Neru, a thunder dragon, and Frost, an ice dragon. Drake dreamed about these dragons all the time. But the dragon in this dream was different. She had a long body, like a snake's. Her scales shimmered with rows of stripes in different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Just like a rainbow. It was a beautiful dream. The rainbow dragon flew across a blue sky. Her body curved like a rainbow. White clouds appeared and rain began to fall. But then the rain stopped. The earth dried up. The scene changed to a dark cave. The rainbow dragon was curled up there. She looked frightened. A shadowy figure came toward her. Drake jolted awake. His best friend, Bo, sat up across the room. "Are you okay, Drake?" Bo asked. "Yes," Drake replied. "I just had a dream. I felt so real. It was about a dragon." "Are you sure it was a dream?" Bo asked. "Your dragon stone is glowing maybe. Worm was trying to tell you something." Drake looked down at the green stone that hung from a chain around his neck. Every dragon master wore one. It allowed them to connect with their dragons. "You might be right, Bo," Drake said. He jumped out of bed and quickly got dressed. "I'll find out. See you at breakfast." Drake ran downstairs. He raced through the underground training room to the caves where the dragons slept. He found Worm waiting for him. "Worm, did you send me that dream? The dream about the rainbow dragon?" Drake asked. Worm nodded. Drake's dragon stone glowed again. He heard Worm's voice inside his head. "Yes," Worm said. "The rainbow dragon needs our help." 2. The Power of Rain. "Where is the rainbow dragon?" Drake asked. Worm shook his head. "I do not know." Drake frowned. "Griffith will know how to find her," he said. Drake ran upstairs to the dining room. Griffith, the wizard who taught them, was there. He was eating breakfast with the other dragon masters who lived in the castle: Bo, Rory, Anna, and Petra. "I told the others that Worm sent you a dream," Bo said when Drake came in. "It was about a rainbow dragon," Drake explained. "Worm says she's in trouble. But that's all he knows." Griffith nodded. "Very interesting," he said. "There is a legend about a rainbow dragon. She is the only one of her kind. She is very old, and very powerful. My guess is that this dragon must be sending messages to Worm somehow." "Do you know where she lives?" Drake asked. "I can't recall," Griffith said. "But I am sure we'll find information in one of our books." "Let's get to the classroom." Drake wolfed down an apple, a hunk of cheese, and a piece of bread. Then the wizard and 5 dragon masters walked to the lowest level of the castle. "What did the rainbow dragon look like in your dream?" Anna asked. Her dark eyes shone. Was she beautiful? Drake nodded. Yes. She had shimmering scales in rainbow colors. Big deal, said red-haired Rory. What kinds of powers could a rainbow dragon have? Does she shoot color beams? She can't be as powerful as a fire dragon, like Vulcan. Maybe she has special powers, Petra said. After all, Worm looks plain. But he is the most powerful dragon we know. Rory frowned. Drake knew she couldn't argue with that. Worm could move or break things with the power of his mind. He could transport himself and others anywhere in the world in a flash. They reached the classroom. Griffith started taking books off a shelf and handing them out. The room was quiet as the dragon masters flipped through the pages. Bo broke the silence. I found something, he cried. Here is a story about a rainbow dragon that lives in the kingdom of Ifri. Is that far from where we are, in the kingdom of Bracken? Petra asked. I know where Ifri is, Anna said. She ran to a shelf. She came back and unrolled a map on the table. This is the land of pyramids, where I am from, she said. And over here is the kingdom of Ifri. It is a long way from my home, but my father has traveled there. What else does the story say? Petra asked. Bo read aloud, the rainbow dragon has the powers of rain. Every year she comes out of her cave and brings rain to the land. Just like in my dream, Drake said. But then I saw her in her cave. She looked trapped. And something was coming after her. If the rainbow dragon is trapped, then she can't make rain, Rory said. Anna gasped. Oh no, she cried. Without rain, plants will die. There will be no food. I'm afraid you're right, Griffith agreed. Ifri is in boat trouble. 3. A new dragon master? We've got to help the rainbow dragon, Drake said. We need to go to Ifri. Ifri is very big, Anna said, pointing at the map. How will we find the dragon? Drake shrugged. Worm doesn't know where she is. So he can't transport us to her cave. Petra looked at Griffith. Can you use magic to find the rainbow dragon? Griffith stroked his long, white beard. I can try. Everyone followed the wizard to his workshop. He walked to a small table and took a cloth off a gazing ball. He bent over the glass globe and waved his hand over it. The dragon masters watched the ball. A cloud of smoke swirled inside it. Griffith frowned. I cannot see anything, he said. There is some kind of magic hiding the rainbow dragon. Bo looked down at his dragon stone. Does the rainbow dragon have a dragon master? He asked. Excellent question, Bull Griffith said. If we can find the dragon master, then maybe we can find the rainbow dragon. He hurried over to a wooden box and opened it. Inside glittered a large, green stone, the dragon stone. Each dragon master's stone came from it. Dragon stone, show me the dragon master of the rainbow dragon, Griffith asked. Bright green light shot out of the stone. Moving pictures appeared inside the light. A boy stood in front of a well. He pulled up a bucket and frowned. The well should have had water in it. But the bucket was empty. He showed it to a woman nearby. The well is dry, she told him. It is like this all over Ifri. Then the green light faded. Is that boy the dragon master? Roti asked. Griffith nodded. Yes. He is the true dragon master chosen by the dragon stone, he said. And this discovery brings us one step closer to finding the rainbow dragon. The wizard clapped. We must travel to Ifri and find this boy at once. 4. A strange message. Worm can transport us to Ifri, Drake pointed out. But how will we find the new dragon master once we land? The boy could be anywhere in Ifri. I have been working on a spell that can locate dragon masters, Griffith said. I will get that ready. Drake and Anna, prepare your dragons for the journey. You two will come with me. Just Drake and Anna? What about the rest of us? Rory asked. You must stay behind to protect the castle, Griffith said. Rory nodded. Bo, Petra, and I will make sure nothing bad happens here while you're gone. As she spoke, a sparkling blue bubble floated into Griffith's workshop. Look! Petra cried. Pop! The bubble burst right in front of Griffith. A piece of paper fell into his hands. He opened it up. What does it say? Anna asked. It is a message from the Wizards' Council, Griffith replied. Then his face went dark. Drake, Anna, I am afraid I cannot go with you. I must deal with this message. But I trust that you will find the rainbow dragon. If you need help, transport back here right away. Drake and Anna ran to the dragon caves and quickly returned to the training room with Worm and Capri. Anna had put a saddle on Capri's back. They found Griffith looking down at the map of Ifri with Bo and Rory. One moment, Griffith said. I'm putting the final spell on this map. Griffith pointed at the map. Sparks flew from his finger. Map, help Drake and Anna roam. To the Dragon Master's home, he rhymed. The map glowed, and then it faded. Griffith handed the map to Anna. This should show you the way once you land in Ifri, Griffith said. He opened a box and pulled out a dragon stone that dangled from a chain. He handed it to Drake. Give this to the new Dragon Master when you see him. Drake nodded. Yes, Griffith. He tucked the stone into his pocket. Petra ran up to them, out of breath. Wait, she cried. She had a small bag in each hand. She gave one to Drake and one to Anna. I collected some food for your journey. And water. Thanks, Drake said, and Anna hugged Petra. Then Anna touched Capri with one hand and Worm with the other. Drake touched Worm. Good luck, Bo said. Hurry back, Rory added. Drake looked up at Worm. Take us to the land of Ifri, he said. Worm's body began to glow green. A bright, green light exploded in the training room. Drake blinked. His body felt tingly. The green light faded, and he saw blue sky and bright sun above his head. We're here, Anna cheered. Drake looked around. The land was very flat for as far as he could see. The tall grass was turning yellow. Some short trees popped up here and there, but their leaves were dying. There was no sign of a village. Which way should we go? Drake asked. Anna unrolled the map. A blue, glowing line appeared. Let's follow the magic map, she said. 5. Follow the map. Anna and Drake walked across the grassy land. Capri walked behind Anna, and Worm slithered behind Drake. The hot sun shone overhead as they walked. Colorful birds flew from tree to tree. Most of the birds in Bracken are brown. Or gray, Drake said. Ifri is full of many creatures you won't find in Bracken, Anna told him. I hope we see more, Drake said, but mostly, I want to find the dragon master. They walked and walked, following the map. My father said there are many beautiful waterfalls in Ifri, Anna remarked. But we haven't seen any yet. Everything looks dried up, Drake said, looking at the yellow grass beneath his feet. How much farther? I don't know, she replied. The map doesn't show where we're supposed to stop. The blue line just keeps getting longer as we walk. Drake looked at the setting sun. It's getting late, he said. We can sleep under the stars, Anna said. I've done it before, when I traveled with my father. Don't worry. I'll find us a good spot. Anna soon found a spot inside a circle of trees. They both sat down in the grass. We'll camp here for the night, Anna said. Drake nodded. It feels good to rest. He opened the bag Petra had given him and took out a pouch filled with water. And I'm so thirsty. He took a drink. Can I see the map? Drake asked. Sure, Anna said. There's just a blue dot on it now, since we've stopped. Drake took the map from Anna. There's got to be something here that shows us where the new Dragon Master's village is, he said. He took another sip of water and the pouch slipped from his hand. Water spilled onto the map. The black ink faded. The blue dot disappeared. Drake! Anna yelled. What did you do? It was an accident. Drake yelled back. I know. Anna paused. I'm sorry, I yelled. But the spell is ruined. Drake took a deep breath. He didn't want to fail Griffith. They had to rescue the rainbow dragon and save Ifri. Let's get some rest, he said. We're both tired. Maybe the map will dry out overnight. I hope you're right, Anna said, yawning. We'll check it in the morning. The two dragon masters ate some apples and bread. The night air was chilly, so Worm curled his body around Drake. Anna snuggled against Capri. They slept soundly. When Drake opened his eyes, 4 enormous creatures surrounded their camp. 6 wild friends. Anna, wake up! Drake yelled. We're surrounded by dragons. Well, I think they're dragons. The 4 creatures were as big as dragons. But they had very long, skinny noses. They had gray, wrinkly skin instead of scales. Their big ears looked like wings to Drake. Anna laughed. They're not dragons, Drake, she said. They're called elephants. And they're friendly. Well, usually they are. Worm studied the elephants. Then his eyes began to glow. The elephants made trumpeting sounds with their trunks and shuffled their feet. Drake's dragon stone glowed. He heard Worm's voice inside his head. Worm asked the elephants to help us. They know of a village not far from here. Drake told Anna. They will lead us part of the way. Anna looked down at the map. That's a good thing, because the map still isn't working. Elephants to the rescue, Drake said. Drake and Anna ate breakfast. Then they followed the slow-moving elephants across the land. After a short time, they stopped at a shallow pool of water in the ground. The elephants sucked up the water in their long noses and then brought the water to their mouths. Worm and Capri drank, too. The elephants waved their trunks at Worm and walked away. Drake heard words inside his head. The elephants told me how to get to the village. Follow me. Drake motioned for Anna and Capri to follow Worm. What about the rainbow dragon? Drake asked Worm as they walked on. Can you still feel her energy?